Okay, so the other tape ran on a little long. Just gonna cover some more subjects, and I'll leave the last one because I still don't have email internet right now. I'll leave the last one. There's a little bit of a hack up here, but here we go. Doing what I can. Let's talk about poisoning and the responsibility of perception. What did his mom know? What did the world know? That I was paranoid about food, or at least seemingly paranoid about food, right? Acting very paranoid about food. Right, well, so regardless of if you believe that there's valid reason to be scared of food, which there is, or you don't, that matters not. What matters is it was predictable for me to behave in a paranoid manner when it came to food. And the Kessingers knew that, and they knew that. I didn't ask to be taken in by her. Donovan asked. I didn't know he was going to do that. That was not, I didn't know that he was going to go that direction. But he went there. And when you took me in, you knew that there was going to be certain things that were a little weird, and you were not very, you were and you weren't very sympathetic. You were and you really weren't. Kind of really rude. But then you guys said that I've been relentlessly asking you guys for money. I mean, I say it on tapes, I say it in emails, it's the same message from me. I don't know what info you have, but from me, I stopped asking you guys in like, I don't know, July. The Kessingers promised me that one of the contingencies of me getting out of the house suddenly with nowhere to go was that it'll be okay because on the 1st we're gonna send you money. Candy's gonna help out with the tickets where we want to go, and Donovan's gonna help out, and Caprice is gonna help out, and even Candace eventually said she would help out, and then nobody came through. And it's like one thing to not come through, but it's another to like set an expectation and then take it away and not even inform the person when they're like needing the money. It's like a setup. You can't really do that to someone who really needs money. It's fucked up. But no, I haven't asked since then. I gave up. In the very beginning, it was suggested that I should like kind of suck up to Candy, you know, and try to get something. I didn't do it. I was like, why do I have to beg you guys to be good people? I have a little half blood out there who needs your help. Be family or don't. But you don't have to be family to me. I don't have to be your family either. I really don't. But to the kid, one would hope that you'd at least half up your family, which you didn't. Okay, well that's true. But no, it didn't happen. I didn't bounce for anything. I dropped it, and I even candidly say that to Candace in the emails. I said, no, I'm not, and I said in the tapes too, I'm not asking you guys for money. I'm not gonna beg you guys to do the right thing. You want to do it or you don't. And that's totally, I'm gonna take whatever hand I'm dealt and do the best with it. So go ahead and do whatever you want to do. And then they're like, all you do is ask us for money. What the fuck are you talking about right now? I don't think I've ever asked any of you for money. You've offered it to me, or I've earned it and you gave me money, like cleaning and candies or whatever. But no. The only Kessinger that I've asked for money from is Donovan. Why? Because, dude, like, even if I didn't want to be with the person or whatever, I still wouldn't want them to be in, like, dire straits. So if I had the money and put someone in that situation, yeah, I would help them out. What? Because it's totally dick not to. What? Like, okay, so that's not real. And I'm guessing that the way that you guys have those proofs is like WhatsApp or some media that I'm not running, that I've not claimed that I said it's not me. Anyone can just make an account and run it. Yeah. So yeah. And then, you know, my books were on Amazon, and Candy shut down the account to take funds, so by shutting down the card, Donovan and I's joint but we always know what it is. The joint, well, it was his. I used it. My name's not on it. I used it so that any sales that we made online or whatever, those could go into like what was supposed to be like our bank account when they both went off. And then Candy shut it down, and so right as I had published one of my books, and I could have been having sales trickle in. I mean, maybe you don't get it on the first day or the first week, but you never know. Things can start to sell and people can start to be interested, and you never know. And those sales were blocked. That's not cool at all. And you knew that I needed that too. And I told you, you're not wrong about that I'm writing a book, and everybody knew what that was. And he took the card when he left. That's not cool. That's not cute. Someone who's really in a situation like that, and you have a place to go, and you're the one being an asshole. It's like, no. So, I don't know. I would just watch the story. I know they edit and stuff, but watch it twice and just see how they try to augment what's really going on from what you have actually seen, probably sometimes in real time. And then the other thing about poisoning. Let's see. So poisoning. So let's talk about that. You knew that I was gonna be paranoid, or at least acting that way when you decided to, as a 67-year-old woman, you made the decision to take us in with no contingency. And you didn't say to work for this, or you have to do this task or not do this thing. That was the thing. And you knew that there were some issues around food. You weren't sure what they were, but you were not at all sensitive to that. And I tried to be as candid as I could without being offensive. I didn't want to talk to you about it because it's like just an excuse for people to trip out and just like say you're doing something wrong, and you're giving them that excuse, you're giving them that power. But I just told her, in my life experience, for whatever reason, my karma is like I get poisoned sometimes or drugged or something, and so I just am very mindful of my life experience and how it unfolds, and that's not personal towards anybody. I just am very watchful because it's been my life experience. And they were really mean about it. I acted very like it was just the dumbest thing, or whatever. You guys don't even know. Like, you don't even know. You don't even know what you're talking about. So, I know my life experience. So, I mean, why did you, even if I wasn't paranoid, you could make anybody paranoid if you started acting shady enough. And I have a question for you. There are only two reasons that you would fuck with my mentality about food. Talking about good freaks. You would only do that to A, fuck with my reality, for some negative influence. That's an agenda. Or B, fuck with the food. But it's like this. If you were paranoid about having people steal from you, and then every time I saw you, I did something shady or said something shady, like, oh, where is that thing? Oh, never mind, like some ominous thing, or like quickly like move my hand suspiciously and like put it in my pocket, or like been caught looking through your bag, or and just done these little things to fuck with. And then if you turn around and go, hey, yo, are you stealing from me? How offended could I be when I created that perception? Do you see what I'm saying? You completely created, you played dozens and dozens, the world watched you. I even mapped it all out for hours on end. The world watched you fuck with my mentality about food. And it wasn't cool. And God knows what else. So, if you can't understand why allergens and shipping agents and shellfish lies and all the things, if you can't understand why that would make somebody paranoid, I mean, that's on you. That's my apology. Then that's on you. Because it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. You know that I'm gonna have certain ways that I'm gonna change my behavior if I don't trust you. Right. And that's human instinct to survive, and there's no shame in that. Right, so basically by asking me to put my instinct down and trust you even though you're fucking with me, you're not just asking me to put my instinct down for you, but for everybody. But when I put my instinct down, you may or may not know what's going on. I think you do. And know how things are and aren't safe. So, and if you don't know it, for sure, if it's not in your life, how can you judge it and give advice? You can't. So you being judgmental and going, well, that's something you need to fix. You need to fix that perception, or that's not correct. How do you know? Just because it's not coming from you doesn't mean it's not coming from someone else. So a lot of presumption and a lot of assholes in the world. And then the last thing we'll talk about is shit talking. That'll be the next one.